So welcome to Photokina 2018. We're here with Mirko from Adox and Fotoimpex. Fotoimpex is the photography store in Berlin, and Adox is the brand that makes paper, chemistry, film, and other things.
Right.
So Mirko, you guys have been here at Photokina. You're doing a lot of things. I know your factory is being built. I've been looking every single day to see how it's going, all the stages and all that. Cool. So very excited for you guys to start very soon. So let us know how, let's start with Adox. How is the factory going so far?
Well, we are a little bit behind because in Germany the building industry is quite booked out. So it's rather than all the people working at the same time, it's more of kind of one after the other right now. But I mean, it's pretty much there. We're missing a few installations and of course all the special installations like the air filtration, air cleanliness, humidifying, and these things they come later. But I mean, we have the building, we have the doors, we have the windows, we have heating.
Yeah, we
so
see
we're looking forward.
Step.
We're looking forward to the winter time.
Okay.
And putting all the stuff in that we want to do will take longer anyways. I mean, it was planned like that.
Okay. If I'm not wrong, let me know. You guys bought the Ilford Switzerland, which is, a lot of people think Ilford's all one, but it's different companies. You bought the machines to be able to coat your own film there, if I'm not wrong or not.
That's right.
Okay.
Basically, I mean, I'll give you a very quick picture. It started as Fotoimpex, as an analog retailing store.
Yeah.
Then suddenly people showed up in our store, and it was impossible to put film inside their cameras. So we thought it was a huge constructional error, but it wasn't. They were just shooting digital. So all our suppliers started to fall apart. And in the beginning, we were like a little bit just observing this. But when ACFA in Leverkusen fell apart and never stood back up, this was actually a big warning blast to us. So we got involved with the liquidator at ACFA's. We got out machines, recipes, gear, and all this small stuff, you know, the special stuff like the infrared lights or even the instruments that can be read under infrared and so on and so forth. And we put this all into a factory in Bazzaro, started making emulsions, started confectioning, but we were missing a coating line.
Yeah.
This coating line is huge. So what we've been doing then was we did the confectioning, we made the emulsions, and we had them contract coated.
Okay.
Due to consolidation in the industry, this contract coating options became less and less.
Yeah.
Or the other problem was that the machines were so big because they're from ancient times that minimum runs were way too big for us to make anything like a special film, like a slow speed film, an infrared film, an also film, whatever, so on and so forth. So yes, when Ilford Switzerland, who was actually the last one of this sad story, went belly up, we went to the liquidator and we tried to rescue this machine E. We had known it before. It was the largest research coating machine in Europe.
Because it was a testing, let's say, machine. It wasn't like a full running factory. It was more like to try different things. And I know it can do, I think it's 60 centimeters?
No, it's 55.
50,
it's about this wide.
55, so I can do like 20 by 24 inch film and things like that. I remember
up
reading
to 20 by 20. We can do anything film and paper up to 20 by 24, which is about 98% of the market.
Yeah. Okay. And how are you managing? Is that still in Switzerland and you're getting things running there? Because I'm sure you can't just move that all the way to your new factory, or is that going to be run to the new factory?
Well, yes, correct.
Okay.
Well, I mean, basically, what we bought the machine and instruments and many other things, and we put a lease on the building and on the laboratories. So we also have people employed. Naturally, the machine cannot run by itself. So so yes, the building is leased and the machine is owned. And for now, this is starting to work. I mean, it took us 5 years of investment to get to the point where we can actually make film there. Like you just said, it used to be a coating machine, a research coating machine. So it's basically a miniature copy of a large factory, but only intended to do R&D. So it was missing things. For example, there was insufficient air filtration, so we had dust on the product. And it wasn't very clean either in the drying tunnel because there's no filtration, and the dust had collected, and also the capacity of the dryer was not enough to go into continuous production. It was okay to coat like 80 meters or 60 meters or 50 meters, which was what it was made for. but we want to do continuous.
Yeah.
So we had to basically take the entire dryer apart and put it back together, crank it up, make it more efficient. We experimented for 2 years. For the last 2 years, we just experimented in modifying the dryer, tweaking it, getting it to the point
So work that it can continuously
where it can
dry.
actually take the wet load that you need to make a quality black and white film, like 4 layers, 3 layers, take out the water and rewind it.
Okay.
And so that's going to go in Switzerland. And if it's going to be there in 20 years from now, I don't know. It depends if there's a sustainable business model. Depends on the rent situation in Switzerland. It depends on the exchange rate of the Swiss franc and the labor costs.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not wrong, your new filters that are star filters that fit into the threads instead of being screwed are made there, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, they are coated on this machine. This is entirely Swiss know-how. This part of Ilford was actually doing mostly inkjet.
Okay.
So they're very sophisticated about coating layers, giving them certain properties.
Yeah.
So our filters actually, we should have one here. Where was I?
The filters.
So yeah, they have 3 innovations. They feature the little teeth, so they can be screwed directly into the mount.
Even though there's a problem with the filter thread, which I think probably would work, is a lot of times when you have a lens, especially in large format, they have a little bump and you can't screw filters. I think that yours probably could get in.
Of course, yes, of course they would.
Which is a huge plus.
Yes, but in respect to the Swiss technology, here we go. Right, so this is how it's made. It goes. Unfortunately, we don't have a camera to show, but it goes directly into the filtered lens. So the design and the cutting, this is actually my invention, and we do this in Germany. But the coating of the raw filter material is done in Switzerland, and these are the world famous Silverchrome dyes. So these filters will never fade. Even if you put them out in bright sunlight for years, these filters will never fade.
Yeah, because
they will stay colored.
the factory for Switzerland was the one making Silverchrome at the time when they went belly up.
micrographic, graphic arts films and things like that.
So that's great to know.
The other invention is that we made them waterproof. Normally gelatin filters are not waterproof. It doesn't matter if they're like used as in larger filters, but if you go out and it's raining, you might need
there's mist on the ocean.
Mist and some from the ocean.
You can wash them
you
at
can
home.
quickly wash them out, not in really hot water, but
Yeah.
they're waterproof to the extent that a gelatin coating can be made waterproof.
So that's actually probably one of the first products coming out of Switzerland.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, which is great to know. And the filter sizes go from
anything.
Almost everything.
I mean, we can do. Actually, we could do it on demand. If someone
Wanted
really
something special.
needed something really special for his $10,000 camera or whatever, I mean, we have a setup fee of about $150 euros to make a different design, and that's it.
It's reasonable.
But it goes right now, I think, from 39 to 85 or so. It's most of them.
Yeah, most of the filters that people use.
We have the dark red, which is a one-stop extension. We have the yellow, which is half a stop. We have the tungsten conversion for the Cinestill films. Next one coming will be a true infrared filter, comparable to 715. It has a little drawback. I mean, the glass filters have the advantage that you can use any dyes because you disperse them into the glass and then they are closed. They are stable. We have to use with these stable dyes, so our infrared filter will have a little bit more of absorption. You will need to expose
a little bit more. Okay.
But you can shoot infrared at
and they're really hard to find today.
At €9.99.
And if it gets wet, and you can get another one if you need another one. That's great. So that's for the factory in Switzerland, the factory in Germany, which you're building. So one thing that I think is very important that people understand is that all of this started, like you said, at Fotoimpex, so that everything that comes from Fotoimpex funds all this research and work.
Exactly.
Which is a great thing. So if someone's thinking about buying something, knowing that Fotoimpex will feed into Adox is a great thing. You're reinvesting on keeping things for the future: film, filters, paper, and such. Chemistry. Yeah. You actually have the Rodinal formula. It's under your.
Oh yeah.
Now it is officially.
We have all the Agfa formulas. We didn't have the Agfa trademark.
Yeah,
because
that took a while.
That was a package deal licensed out to someone. Someone else subleased it, and then there was a blockade on subleasing a sublease. It was a big mess. So we had to wait until this situation cleared. Then we could register the Rodinal trademark. We've had it in the United States before. I mean, we've had it there since 2002, I think. but now we also have it throughout Europe.
Okay, okay. Seeing all you're doing is great. Anything else that we could expect? You've said about the infrared, any other new, it seems like you guys are coming out with new things all the time. I do know the 50 speed film with a speed booster, if I'm not wrong, just released. Right. Anything else coming out soon? I know CMS, a lot of people still miss it. I think you're working on it.
We have it in 35. And we have it in sheets. It's just missing in 120. And that's due to this problems with the splitting machine. No, the splitting machine. There's a video on our site where I explain what's the problem.
The video,
yeah, we're trying to overhaul the slitter, make it better and stuff. And we'll be done. We'll be done eventually. So then that 120 issue will be solved.
Okay.
And then, of course, I can't tell you when, but new films will come. And the polywarm film project has not stalled. So the polywarms on paper.
I still refresh every week.
It's almost finished.
A lot of people ask me for that.
And that will definitely come as well. It's just we had to do so many things behind the scenes. Watch the slitter video just to get an impression.
Yeah, I understand.
What you have to do, because film is the most sensitive product in the world. I always say the only thing film's not sensitive against are bad thoughts.
Okay. And one thing that someone asked me is Silvermax is a 35mm product. Will it ever come to other sizes? Because people love it.
No. This is this coating, even though it's not an aqua coating, but it relied entirely on leftover aqua materials.
Okay.
So to speak, fine chemistry, base, and some other things. And it was done once, and it was split to 35. If we ever were to redo Silvermax, the price would quadruple. Okay. Because it has such a high silver content, and because the ingredients are so expensive. So this is kind of like it is. For now, and when it's finished, we have to carefully evaluate if it makes sense to go for this exact formulation again. So if people love Silvermax, they shall write us why. Because we can make anything. We just need to know what you want.
Okay. Well, Mirko,
we'll make something which is as good.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, Mirko, thank you so much for having time to talk to us here at Camera Rescue. It's the last day, so hopefully we'll see more news coming from Adox as soon as possible. So thank you.
Of course we will. Thank you for having us.